Ask the poll question of Terrell Davis, Chris Brockman, please. Why don't you?
Who most needs a win this week, TD? Looking at Dallas, the Giants, Atlanta, New Orleans, Pittsburgh.
Out of those teams, or
yes, sir. Out of those five teams.
Oh, wait, say it again.
Who most needs a win? Cowboys, Saints, Giants, Steelers, Falcons.
So you got 4 0-1 teams and 1 0-1 team.
Who needs it? I would say out of those teams, the Saints needs it the most right now. After what happened to them week 1, that was nobody saw that one coming. Ryan Fitzpatrick had a field day. Career numbers across the board. I mean, the passer rating was like through the roof, 158 or something. I mean, you get embarrassed like that at home in your own building. I know it's a division opponent, but you've got to bounce back and get a win. And they're playing the Browns this week. No disrespect to them. They'll come out and give them some troubles, but they lose to the Browns
at home.
At home,
to go 0-2.
Go 0-2 in that division
at home too. That
would not be good. So they need it worse than anybody.
Well, the Falcons as well. I mean, if they lose in division to Carolina, I mean, they'd have lost to the Eagles in Carolina. That'd be a hard 0-2 also.
But those are, I mean, you can. It's a tough loss, but Philly, you almost talked it up as you kind of knew that. You didn't pick them to win that game, did you? No.
I did. I picked Atlanta to win that game.
You did.
I did.
And based off what? What was the?
Based off of the fact that we saw last year a surprise on a banner-raising night, based on the fact that Atlanta came awfully close to winning in that building, and based on the misguided fact that I thought that Atlanta would have spent at least every last minute of the offseason figuring out how to crack the red zone code, and instead they did not, and I was sorely disappointed.
It seemed like they tried the same formula, right? I mean, it was Julio Jones. You get on there. Here's the problem. I mean, when you're the Falcons and you struggle in the red zone, it's two things that I look at. Your tight end, right? Your tight ends have to be really good, or you got to have a back that is kind of a bruiser that can, get those tough yards in the red zone. And they don't have those. They've got smaller backs, and they don't have that big guy like a Blunt or even a Bell or a Zeke. They have Freeman's really good, Coleman's really good, but they're kind of small backs and so red zone and here's the other thing too. There's a psychological thing that it's hard to crack when you don't have success in the red zone, and you know it. And once you get down there again, and the more and more you don't have success, it just piles up, and now when you get down there, you're like, oh, here we go again.
That's why this
here we go again.
Look, we all know about different sports and how the intensity level ratchets up as you move down a season or whatever. But the NFL, there's nothing like the NFL when you go week to week or year to year, and the same issues crop up or new issues crop up because you didn't fill out your roster like the Cowboys did at the wide receiver position for Dak. I mean, again, that's why I'm saying that I think the Cowboys need to win this game. To fall 0-2, sit there on Sunday Night Football, lose to the Giants when they have all these shiny toys at offense that the Cowboys are missing for their quarterback.
I agree with you with the Cowboys, but so I say the Saints because they were like a Super Bowl favorite. They were a favorite in a lot of people's mind. The Cowboys are not a favorite, at least not that I've heard of.
Out of the Metroplex, maybe not. But sitting down there and, hey, Irv put him in the playoffs. And he's giving voice to what I think a lot of Cowboys fans think.
What?
That's Dak, that's Zeke, that defense. They talk about the defense being better.
Rich, let me tell you, okay? Plan as a back, and in the year we lost John Elway. All right, when you don't have balance, you don't have a quarterback that scares somebody, you don't have receivers. We had really good wide receivers and a Hall of Fame tight end and Shannon Sharp. When it's just a one-man show or if it's just a one-dimensional offense, you feel like as a back, so I came in, it was like my 5th year, John had retired. I thought they had 13 players on defense. That's how many people were stacked in the box to stop the run. That's what Zeke is going to be dealing with. Mm-hmm. If you can't threaten them with any type of passing game that they respect, that ain't gonna that formula of a good defense and a guy that can run, that can only take you so far.
Are you saying Brian Griese wasn't the right guy? Michigan man wasn't the right guy? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that he didn't prove himself to be the right guy.
By the way, he sits down. He goes, "How's Michigan doing this year?"
Yeah, I was curious.
I have no idea.
I just want.
Well, no, look,
I haven't heard much about.
Excuse me. If we had played Austin P week 1.
Oh, here we go.
Instead of Notre Dame.
Well, TD and I, huge Georgia fans.
Stop it. His girlfriend is now living girlfriend's a Georgia person.
Go
he's
dog.
adopted.
She's smart.
Well,
she's smart.
Hold on a second. How's Cal State Long Beach doing?
Hey, man, watch your mouth over there. Watch your mouth over there. Undefeated. We haven't lost a game since 1991.
See, you leave them and it's kind of a wrap.
We have not lost a game since 1991. How many programs can say that?
0.
Thank you very much.
But the programs have to exist in order to be able to say that. All right, so see, you're a Georgia Bulldog,
yes,
and
indeed.
he says he is because he's now moved in with a girl who is a Georgia fan.
There you go. It's contagious like that. Yeah, we had a nice little beat down on South Carolina last week. That was good. That's good for us.
That was good.
Yeah.
Very good.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.